video to add to the podcast.
What's going on?
Did you add something right now?
No, it's to promote Keep Your Distance.
That's this Friday.
This Friday. Friday, and my bills are due. Wow! I think my dog needs some shoes. Can't you feel what I'm going through? I keep talking, somebody knocking on my door, telling me to go. Brother, I can.
Is that a shout or the Wildcat or the?
That's what Kirk did right there. With my knee, I hit the floor.
Oh, shit. Oh, that one.
Happy Jesus.
Napkin?
Got it.
Link sent.
Link DeSantis. Can you open up your AirDrive or AirPod? AirDrop.
Oh,
I got a gift.
AirPod, AirDrop.
Through love and warmth.
Mm-mm-mm.
You guys file your taxes already?
Not
Yeah.
yet. No, I'll do that.
Still
at the end of this
connecting
month.
1099s.
You still what?
Collecting 1099.
I know. Listen, that
Me too.
in the people we worked with on my 1099, they tried to put double the amount of what I was paid.
What people? What you mean double?
They did not pay me the amount on there. They paid me half of the amount.
Oh, my Lord.
So I called your brother. I gave him a little wiggle room to be able to handle it. But if I don't hear back, I'm just gonna have to blow up the spot.
What people though? Are you trying not to say?
Yeah. Okay, let me see now.
Unmuted.
Thank you.
Yeah, did you airdrop it?
I texted to you. The AirDrop was. We just kept saying.
How are you guys? We were together yesterday.
It was a good time. Angel's a good actress, man.
Oh, you're so nice.
I was like, man. Really good.
I don't think I did anything yesterday
Nah,
that
man.
even remotely reflected she's good at what she does. I did a lot of yelling.
It was fun though.
A lot of it was 1-2 takes. We're moving
And
on.
listen, if they don't know nothing else about us, we don't need no whole bunch of time.
If that was such and such, we would have been there still right now.
Such and such. Oh yeah, we'd still be there right now on the first
Yeah.
setup. But they know they don't have that time with us.
No,
They don't
not
have-
effective,
not for that
not
show.
effective time.
Is it such that I've worked with before?
No, it was the people who try to play you.
No.
I realized that's my main issue with them.
I
And they
just-
almost make the money not worth it.
I'm done.
Can't do it. But ain't they supposed to be doing something coming up?
Yeah.
Let's see. Don't play me. Don't play with me, boy.
It's unfortunate, but that's the stuff that makes me like less inspired to go out and get more commercial gigs. Because
Yeah.
I'm also dealing with that with record labels,
Oh, they're terrible too.
and nobody's answering emails. and I'm just
Anybody
like,
that's a big
I
company,
hate
they-
everyone.
yeah.
Like I literally hate everyone.
Well, that's the reason why, unfortunately, that's the reason why unions have to exist. Because unions be pissing me off, but it's to keep folk doing stuff like that. Because the union would be like, oh, you were late paying, so guess what? You have a double fee now.
Mm,
I've had that where like the check has been late.
that'd be nice.
Oh, and I'd be like, oh yeah, you know what
This
the
is why I
late
pay the
fee
dues. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you so much. Where is it? Oh, especially for a residual where they think they can air something somewhere and it's not gonna get caught.
Because that floats money from them, right? So they're like, we're not going to lose money twice.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, Jesus, that sucks. I'm sorry, Josh.
I mean, it's not your fault. It's just
Why-
that's just overall what is just like I don't want to do this
Mm.
to this scale,
That's why
even
you
though
pay
I want
more.
to do it that
Sorry,
scale.
that's why you charge more.
Yeah, but
when
you
you're
can
a
charge more, but
freelancer.
if it still doesn't get fulfilled, it doesn't get fulfilled.
Did
Oh,
you
you're right.
sign a? Was there a contract that had a like net certain time?
I mean, with such and such as the middleman, it's like I don't,
Mm-hmm. You don't.
and
have
the
that,
rate isn't crazy enough to be like, oh, let's set the contract up for this, even though it's absolutely necessary to have contracts for everything. It's a perfect example of why you should have contracts for everything.
Yes.
However,
Mhm.
Wait, such and such is the person I'm thinking.
Yeah.
for that one, another one.
What happens when
was
you reach out to them?
working on it?
You always listen, Josh, as you so love it. You will make so much money. Don't be afraid to ask for contracts.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to ask for a pay period time. I mean, sometimes companies do need 60 days, which sucks balls, but at least you know not to expect it for 60 days instead of I don't want
Yeah,
no
but this is-
surprise money. When's my money supposed to show up?
Mhm.
Ask for all of it. You deserve it. It don't matter what the rate
Do you
is.
get half up front?
No, Kevin.
Start asking for that too.
It's difficult as not talent to ask for that of a production company.
I didn't know that.
I mean,
If the production company, and a lot of times the production company is getting a portion up front to be able to cover cost, go ahead and add that in.
Are y'all ready?
Oh,
Dang.
I'm gonna just grab a lipstick, but I'll be ready for the intro. So you go ahead.
Josh, I'm sending you
More?
pictures of this place in Dallas for that.
for that show.
Yeah, where we can rent.
Is this Creative Space?
Yeah. Try to see if it's
What's his face was talking about yesterday?
No, it's Houston.
You right.
I thought of that as I was saying that too, though. I was like, oh, that's what's his name, but it's not Dallas.
Mhm.
You know somebody with this place? Kev, you know everybody, man. Low key. You know a lot of people for favors.
I do. And I very rarely call upon them. So when I do, people usually give them.
He's used up a couple of my favorites.
I'm about to just say there's certain people I call on all the favors from though.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm saying you done used up some of my own personal favors
How
for your own.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, this could be fun, but it's not going to be There's not gonna be people in seats.
No.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I would love to use that that stage.
You will repay me for those favors handsomely.
In full.
All right.
How many favors have I asked of you?
By the way, 50% now. I'm gonna text you the number. Thank you.
Lot. There's somebody that's gonna be on your show. That was a favor I called in.
She's got finder's fees.
I don't know if she's gonna be
Angels Escorp is deep with different titles.
I'll be like,
She's a talent
mm.
agency. She's a she's an
You
agent.
gotta, you gotta stop me from being who I am.
I don't think it's. I
did.
don't think it's possible,
With that
Kevin.
last, well, at least with that last ask, I was like,
And I was like, okay.
and you did. You responded. Were you shocked by the, or were
No.
you like,
I learned from the tour. I said, I didn't ask for a lot. Mom said I can't spend the night this time.
I was like, ooh, we got to leave
No.
in a week. I said, oh God. You should ask to get a yes for me.
I already thought about that.
Okay.
I already thought about that.
What's this for?
Not for both of y'all though, just for him.
Yes.
That's what I thought about. I was like, low key.
Yes. As much as that would be, and can tear up a whole situation.
I don't know if he'll be able to control himself though.
What do you mean?
You can't eat it all.
He will, and he'll be like, "Why can't I?"
He gonna die. He gonna be sick.
He won't. He won't. He'll be like, "I'm just fine."
I actually thought about that's actually the first person I told Brendan. I was like, low key, me and Marcus would be great at this.
He would.
He's fantastic on camera.
That's how you can get a yes from me later on. Take him. He would be ecstatic. Yeah, now you ain't the only one.
I'm about to ask him. It's funny that as soon as you said that, I was like, I know who I'm gonna get.
That's how you.
And I want to make our friendship stronger. I do. I love him. He's great.
He loves you.
He came over to my house and we just talked as men.
He
We
wanted
arm
you
wrestled.
to get to a feeling of what type of friend he is. He is the
Yeah.
type to be like popping up.
I said, what if I wasn't home? He said, then I wouldn't have cared. I would have just went back home.
It's like, that's the chance I'm willing to take.
I was like, you can't do that in the
You
world. He
do
was like,
it.
I do that all the time.
This
And I was
is
like,
how our friendships. If you lived closer,
Mhm.
oh bless it.
we have not been to your house.
That's your fault.
Oh,
It's almost been a year since Angel came over.
oh.
That's crazy.
And trust and believe, shopping is about to commence, so we'll have reasons to go up there.
Mm,
But if you lived closer, oh, you would be so tired of us. You would.
I don't think so. I like having people over.
Do
Not
you?
too many, just like a couple at a time.
Oh yeah, we are the pop up. What you doing? You about to watch something?
The thing about that show that I was telling Brennan, I was like, you can't just cast anybody. There's no chemistry there. It doesn't have to be funny.
Mhm.
It's not about being funny. It's about feeling like these people enjoy each other's company and they are like excited to do this.
Yeah. No, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
What-
All right,
what-
let's
is
start.
this new?
No,
This the
we're
one
talking
that
about what's
you-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's why
I
was
was
trying to figure
asked
it
to
out.
do a couple, and I was like, I cannot commit to anything.
Oh, the way it's set up.
Yeah, I was just like, don't
I
even.
stepped in some water before I left. Could you bring me
And,
a pair of socks?
I was like, if you would ask my significant
Mhm,
other to do a couple, then I could possibly do a couple that,
mhm.
but it can't be just you keep taking me out of the house. 'Cause
I
he's going
I don't
to-
think that'd be bad if it rotated. Obviously, people that
The only person that has to be in everyone is me.
mm.
What's your show?
It has to be me. Which is
But a good example of that too, though, is
often the
is
case.
is Welcome to Earth.
He's
It's
in
not.
everyone, right?
He's in everyone, but it's not the same two people.
Oh,
They'll have like a different.
I need to
expert.
watch that. It's on
or
Hulu or something or
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus. Disney Plus.
Nat Geo. Shouts to. I think they own them, don't they?
All right.
Nat Geo. Angel, I'll move your mic to that side.
Oh, I'll do it. I got it, Joshi.
We stand on the front. All right, y'all ready?
She was singing so hard.
I love it. She really sang. She had a lot of power.
I mean, it's unfortunately not before its time. It's after its time.
Yeah,
That type of song.
it should have came out when Deborah Cox released
Yes, when
How Did We
people
Get
were
Here?
yelling and singing.
Power Ballad.
Yeah, power ballads are not what people are doing.
It was a throwback to this. Also, before we begin, TBTV will not be live, but it will premiere Thursday with a live chat for those of you who are interested. Okay. Bye.
I have a pre-roll before you start.
All right. Here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Pre-roll.
Planning the perfect Valentine's Day is easy. A weekend away with fancy dinners, bouquets of flowers, and some new jewelry. But when it comes time to pay the bill, it's not always so simple. Instead, shop with Zip, the leading buy now, pay later shopping app. The Zip app is easy to use and accepted everywhere. You can use a credit card. This Valentine's Day, show your loved one how much you care without worrying about the big bill and use Zip to split it up into easy, convenient payments. Download the Zip app today and use anywhere your heart desires.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
What up, y'all? Welcome to Here's the Thing. I'm Kevin on stage. She's
That chick AJ.
welcome to another podcast episode. Smash that like button, smash that notification button. Bangers on 2022. Bangers coming for you. All right, before we begin, quick church announcements. Keep Your Distance is this Friday, Saturday, Sunday for Valentine's. Watch this, have a little sex before, after, or pleasure yourself, or just enjoy the laughs.
Take
whatever you do.
intermission.
Yeah, take intermission. Before we begin, I'm going to tell you right now, Tony Baker,
Was it amazing?
he does
Top 5 sets.
a good 10 minutes on his son that he lost last year. He had been hesitating to talk about it on stage. He hadn't talked about it on stage. We were talking about what he would do, going back and forth. He was like, maybe I'll improv a set. And then we stopped talking about it. And then he was just like, I'm finna go in. He went all the way in. I have a 60-second clip I will show you now just to give you a teens, just a tip of this set. Okay, there's plenty more where that came from. This
Yes,
is
you
why
do.
he is my favorite comedian, why he's my son's favorite comedian. This is well worth it. If you haven't been to Keep Your Distance in a while, this is the one you want to come to. Okay, and there's other funny people. Ambria Allen jumped into my top 5 after
I
this
can't
set.
wait to see her set.
Ambria Allen is very clever. Actually, 2 Black women comedians jumped into my top 5 as a result of Keep Your Distance. Jess
that?
Niche
Uh-huh.
and Ambria Allen jumped to my top 5. Tony Baker is in there as well. And then I don't name the other 2 because I don't want to be getting to a whole bunch of lists and stuff.
You
But-
leave that open and allow
but I
people
could-
to assume.
I know I'll tell comedians person to person who the other 2 are, but boy, she is good. She deserves more, and she'll get more. as a
But
result of it.
usually, like a lot of writers, they are just so clever.
Oh.
Their brain is able to put words together in such a great way.
Yes.
It's just, I
She's a
admire
writer for TV shows. She writes for award shows. A lot of monologues that we've laughed at from entertainers, Black, White, and other. She's written.
I wish I wouldn't have been tired and could have went to the live. But
Don't you worry.
There's a lot of people.
You
in
do
there.
enough. We can't ask you for everything. We got to ask other people. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Somehow the Joe Rogan Spotify thing keeps growing. After we talked about it on our bonus episode. So if
did.
you're on the Patreon, you've got that. And I think that was the clip we released as well. But after that, he apologized.
like I said, he would.
You did.
Called it on the bonus.
I don't know if do we want to play the whole thing.
5 minutes.
It's so long.
It's too long. The points
You can
were,
sum it up.
I was saying, I feel like that was the first time he said the N-word instead of nigger, which he said a lot. He apologized. He said they were out of context. I was usually telling a story or repeating a joke. Reminded me of Michael Scott in The Office when he was doing Chris Rock's joke.
Oh.
He was like, "You're messing it up." It was so funny. He was taking it personally that somebody was doing somebody else's
Just a
joke.
joke wrong.
But that was his thing. Low key, the things that are as bad as the N-word, the Planet of the Apes story.
Oh my God.
Good grief!
Oh my! I mean, I was saying it for entertainment purposes.
My
I'm just trying to
God.
be entertaining to the group.
That was wild,
Oh my
and that's
God.
not something that's 12 years ago wild.
Right.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And the other thing he said, which wasn't a part of this clip, but somebody circulated, he was talking to a black dude who was mixed, and his dad was black and his mom was white, I believe. And he was like, oh, you got the best, man. You've got the body of the black man and the mind of the white man.
Like a Get Out.
Like Get Out, literally, which inherently says that white people are smart and black people are strong, fast, athletic.
That's what they believe.
And that's what led, that still has implications today. That's why a lot of white head coaches and GMs, they don't want black players playing quarterback because they feel like white men are just smarter.
They make better decisions.
Understand the game. They make better decisions, things like that. So anyway, the funniest thing to me in the world when a white person apologizes for something racist is somebody else white in the comments saying, it's okay, bro. I forgive you. And his whole comments on Instagram.
Of course.
Oh, it was big.
Demo, though.
It was White Claws to the rescue. There was Bud, the amount of sunglasses and eagles and sunglasses to the back.
It's fine.
The American flag ratio was
all the gator masks that come above here.
Blue lines. Blue lines in the flag.
Oh, yeah.
So, bro, commendable. You didn't even have to do this. I hate, and this is regardless of race, I hate when people who are not the intended audience of an apology tell the person apologizing they don't have to apologize or accept an apology.
Yeah.
It's like you and Marcus get into an argument. Marcus apologizes to you, and I'm like, Marcus, you didn't even have to do that. You understand me? Because I felt like you didn't do nothing wrong. In my book, you ain't okay. You understand me? You good over here. She tripping. They tripping. Right? And the last thing I want to say, and then I want to hear your thoughts extensively. Spotify came out, their CEO, I forgot his name, but he was basically like, man, we don't own Joe Rogan. We don't own that show.
That's not our boy.
We don't even publish that show. All we do is have the exclusive rights to the show.
We pay to have
rights, y'all. We don't own. We can't tell them what to do. Yeah, we deleted 100 episodes. He said nigga in them.
Licensing deal, guys. Licensing.
I mean, come on. And here's it for you guys. We gonna commit $100 million to the rest of y'all. Okay, not in the individual black or
no. Oh, why would we do that?
We're not gonna make any of y'all's life forever change like his.
Oh, no.
But here go $3 for Angel. Josh, what you Mexican? Nah, 2.5. We gonna give this lady $12.
$100 million to 100 million of you all. Each of you all get $1. Download the Spotify app.
That was his answer, and he was like, "And we're not doing this, because we gave him 100 million, and then we gave y'all 100 million."
That's what the hell. Just say what it is.
Just say what it is.
Call it what it is. Hey, yes, he been talking wild. Nobody said nothing, so we weren't gonna say nothing. But we see now people saying stuff.
That's Joe. That's Big Joe.
So what we did, we pressed delete. Okay. We deleted some of the episodes. So now you ain't even got to go back and listen to it. Don't listen to it, because then you'll remember he said it. And to help you not remember, we're gonna pay you off. Can that? We're gonna pay you off, please. Don't remember it no more. That's basically what it is. We know that we have been a part of this, but we don't own them now. Listen, we only do business with the racist. We are not the racist people because we're benefiting from him.
Angel, to be clear, he said he's not racist.
Of course.
And then he also said, anytime you have to say I'm not racist, you just did something that was really racist. But for clarity, he said he's not racist.
I would probably appreciate that person a lot, to hear a person who's been accused of racism to be like, yes, yes, I am. I'm so glad you pegged me for what I am. That way you know what intentions or what expectation you should have of me. I'm going to say some racist stuff. I'm going to do some racist things. I'm glad you know.
I saw somebody on Twitter. They were like, man, I've been saying the N-word my whole life. Nobody offered me $100 million.
Yeah, he was like, I mean, if they were taken out of context, but I'm now realizing in no context is this allowed. You're not just now realizing.
No.
You just now realize that people were actually going to say enough stuff to make you have to say something.
Right.
You thought, this ain't right, but I'm going to say it. Who going to check me? Oh, y'all are going to check me. Hold on now. Hold on.
And the crazy thing is, This exact clip isn't even new.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, whoever edited this edited during his support of Bernie Sanders in 2018,
Wow.
I believe, and was like, "This is who supports Bernie Sanders," and people were just like, "Man, hush."
Right.
But the combination of the misinformation concerns, the Neil Young and India Ari pulled their music off Spotify, and then India Ari kind of pivoted it and was like, COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like him because of the way he treats black people.
Amen.
And I can honestly say, and I said this on the bonus, I don't consume Joe Rogan content.
Exactly.
I see Joe Rogan when he is talking to the person who won the UFC fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. I don't really even be listening like that. It's not like
still
crazy.
on.
Yeah, it's just because it's still on, right? But I'm not a big consumer of the Joe Rogan podcast. Like I said, I watched the Kevin Hart one and some of the Elon Musk thing. And Elon Musk is like a robot trying to speak as a human. Him and Mark Zuckerberg, I'm not 100% sure, are actually full human.
Right.
They don't just feel natural in their bodies.
I know they don't pee. That's what I'm sure of.
011. I'm sorry. Yes, Mr. Rogan. I love Tesla Motors.
When Joe was talking about the clip too, he's like, in this clip service that out of context looks awful. I
Oh,
was like,
yes. Out of context? That's what you're not realizing. In all of the contexts, it looks bad.
It's like I wasn't calling anybody it, like I was just using it as a reference to the story.
You could tell he just felt like he could do that.
Right. It's, I know this type of white dude, the type of white guy that's just like, yo, like, we should all be able to be, you know what I'm saying?
Oh!
Like, like a black dude, like he should be able to get a job if he's qualified just the same way as a white guy. And if he's not, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that type of white guy.
You know what? There's black people like this too.
Oh, hell yeah. That's who's made him feel comfortable.
Oh, man, there was a lot of
this.
Even in production, I remember I was talking to a black producer and I was like, yo, we need to hire black women and black people for these jobs, some of these jobs, as many as we can. And he was like, yeah, I mean, if they're the most qualified person for the job. And I was like, you realize that's how people keep black people excluded, because you purposely exclude them for years and years and years, right? So they don't have, especially in this industry, right? We were talking about this earlier on one of our Dream Talks, and we're talking about how hard it is for black people to get into the unions, because you have to have a certain amount of working hours and they don't be hiring them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can, after you've done the racist thing for so long, you can do it on the qualifications thing and not be racist.
Right.
You don't have to extend it, but you just don't have the hours now, or you don't have the experience, or you don't have the resume. Well, yeah, because people were purposely not hiring us to do that. It was like,
And the thing is that we also don't, we're not given the same grace.
No.
Ever. Like, we got to come in at perfection or the job is lost.
Yes.
And where men specifically, but then when you add white to it, get to fail up all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. Joe's not gonna lose the show.
Joe has more viewers over the last 2 weeks than he had. He has supporters, and people looking for the lost niggas. Where are the rest?
Where are the rest of the niggas?
And it's a lot of hours of content to comb through for the niggas to be found.
This is why I purposefully give people at least one time to get it right. Like, I use the app to get my clothes washed.
Oh, you did?
And a girl came to get my stuff, and I was like, "You black, ain't you?" She was like, "She said I'm biracial. My mom's white. She's on the phone with me. My dad's black." I said, "Oh, that's black enough." And we were talking, and I was like, "Well, how much they pay you to do this based off of how much I'm about to pay?" And she told me. I said, "Well, I'll just pay you directly from here on out."
Oh.
And she was like, "Oh my God, thank you," because she's a single mom. She wants to go to law school. Yeah,
she does the actual washing.
Mm-hmm. She came to pick up the stuff. She was going to wash. She washed my clothes and brought them back.
Give her my contact.
Wait.
I'm gonna keep going through the company.
Wait, I'm gonna use her again. But I had to be like, "Baby girl, got some bleach stains on my whites." I said, and these black jeans were really black, and now they're faded.
Oh,
that's they gray now. I sent her pictures. I'm gonna let you try again though.
That's what you do, Angel.
I was said, don't put that other stuff in there. Just put the game. Okay. We just gonna leave the bleach out. Don't even worry about that, boo. But a lot of times for us, we not just when white people are hiring us, but even when we are hiring us, we don't give the people the grace to be able to correct them hard enough. Y'all know I'll be trying to give people one more. I'll be like, now listen, you can fool me once. You ain't gonna fool me twice. I'm gonna fire you and I'm gonna embarrass you at the same time. You're gonna be sitting there destitute. Talking about
destitute.
Destitute.
Come on, destitute.
Need some milk. That's what it's gonna be like. Actually, you need some Ritual, because Ritual is today's sponsor, and we should know. Just like that girl told me what was going on in my laundry, we should know what's going in our bodies, okay? And Ritual is here to give you a truly clean, vegan-friendly multivitamin that is formulated with high-quality nutrients in bioavailable forms your body can actually use. Let me tell you.
Tell us, Angel.
The multivitamin game is a really big market, and there are so many multivitamins out there that are just full of crap, that aren't really like giving your body what it needs. What I like about Ritual is that when you take them, you can really like feel that it's giving you what you need. The delay release is what is like key. Also, the fact that they're not using a bunch of synthetic fillers and whatnot. Your body is able to really compute beep, boop, beep, boop, what it's getting. And two is releasing in a part of your body that's actually able to absorb the nutrients, because you're not absorbing nutrients in your stomach lining. You're doing that in your intestines, and the delayed release allows that to happen.
I didn't even know that, Angel.
Oh, I be about the vitamin game. I be knowing what's really going on. And that's what I do like about Ritual, because if I'm going to make the habit, it's hard for me to start new habits. If I'm going to make the habit of fueling my body with vitamins, I want to be rewarded by the vitamin actually working in my body.
Yeah.
And with Ritual, you can get that. Now available for women, men, and teens. Ritual multivitamin is specifically developed to help support your different stages of life. Ritual makes healthy habits easy. Your multivitamins are delivered to your door every month with free shipping always. You can start, snooze, or cancel your subscription at any time. And if you don't love Ritual within your first month, we'll refund your first order. Well, they will, not us. Ritual will. So this is what I want you to do. Get key nutrients without the BS. Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off during the first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/crew with a K.
Crew with a K.
To start your ritual today.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing anything. Did you, when you open the link, did it go into your YouTube or is it in Safari?
This is a Lappy Tappy. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You talking about on your phone?
Yeah. It keeps
Are you trying to get it to open up in the app?
Yeah, I want to look at talking to the people.
Even when you click the email?
Open in.
When you click the email?
Yeah.
In Safari, does it say open an app or not?
No, and it usually does that.
Well, are you logged in? Are you logged in Safari?
No. Is that what happened?
Maybe if you're logged in Safari, at least it'll be in your history inside your app, and you can just press it in the app.
I will. I'm out.
Sorry, I tried to
Any
help you.
further thoughts before we move on?
You know, this will all be a blip in history.
Oh yeah,
and within like 2 weeks.
And the other thing is, even if Spotify like released him from this contract, they would still have to pay him.
Right.
And he would go back to YouTube, and he would actually get bigger. Than he is. He's already big, and his numbers actually dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And his effect dropped. And this was unrelated to this. This was just because they went so much behind a paywall. If he went back to YouTube and free, he would be bigger than ever, because the people who support him would.
They would follow him.
Yeah, they'd be empowered.
2 things. One, this is not kind of, but like when you say, even if it's Spotify let him go, they would have to drop him. This is a lot of the people that ended up being taken down by the Me Too movement. They end up getting paid out so handsomely that all they lost was their career. They still got all the money from their career. So, you know, they might be
like
now.
Les Moonves.
Yeah, all of the. It
his
was just
severance
like
was stupid.
Their payment is ridiculous. That's why I love the morning show, because it really goes into all of like the behind the scenes of that. What could happen in that type of situation. And then 2, y'all, if y'all are friends with white folk like this, like that are like that think that their words, well, most people, almost everybody thinks that they're right and that their beliefs are right. But when you are with a person like this white person that thinks that their point of views is actually about equality for all, but the things that they say are
Mhm.
very contrary to that, please don't let them go unchecked. Don't let them go unchecked. Like, for real. Because that, I feel like once they get the validation
Yeah.
from the black person that is their friend, because usually there's one.
Yeah. They always won.
There's at least one. That is what is not our responsibility, but I'm just saying, if this is somebody that you say you care about, that's your friend, check them. Don't let them go around here thinking, when I say nigger in this context, I don't actually mean like that one clip with Tammy where the dude was like, they called my friend a nigger.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm just talking about that
Oh,
clip
yeah.
where she had
And-
the cigarette. She was
And
like,
like, he's like, when they called him a nigger, they called me a nigger. She said, but they didn't. They didn't call you that, and you cannot say that
he
word.
thought he was coming to the rescue for his friend.
And then the Latina girl stood up and is like, you can't say the word nigger. You're not a nigger. I was like, no.
That sounds like something out of a parody.
It did. And Tammy Roman, I had no real opinions of her prior to that moment.
Yeah.
But I had so much respect for her in that moment, because that's what you hope when you're the only black person in the
Yes.
room, that person, please don't let it go unchecked. Please say something so they can get their life together.
You can't call him a nigger. You can't say that. All right. In other news in the world, let's get down to this. Well,
What? Which one? I'm so excited, Kevin.
let's go to Kiara Sheard.
I figure that's what you were gonna say.
Okay, so Kiara Sheard, the short answer or the short headline was singer.
Did you know Joe Rogan's wife is black?
Oh,
That's why you can say it.
you got the hood pass?
No, absolutely not.
Joe Rogan married to a black woman?
That's what they said. Let me see. Joe Rogan wife.
Who's Sister Rogan?
Joe Rogan's wife. She look white as hell.
Stop
Reed.
it.
Jessica Dittel?
That look like a white lady. When's she
Where
black?
is she black?
On Wednesdays?
He said where?
Why y'all lie to us like that? About 4 people said Joe
No.
Rogan's wife is black. She don't look black today. So y'all let me know on which day she look black. This internet's slow.
I thought I was gonna see a black woman. Like,
Does she look kind of black somewhere in a picture?
she's not black. Her daughter is biracial. They're saying.
His
Oh.
stepdaughters have black.
Oh my God.
His
Soon they'll be
adopted
like,
stepbrother.
their poodle is black.
Oh yeah, the daughter is mixed.
Chat, just hush sometimes, man. That's so funny.
Somebody
Please,
said his wife is Rachel Dolezal.
listen, stepdaughter.
All right,
Go
so
ahead.
Kiara
Kiara.
Sheard was in the news last week, and I
What he take on here?
I will say, let me see this article. Basically, the headline is Kiara Sheard sends her guests to a hotel to keep them away from her man. The quote is, "My mama has already told me, don't have too many people around your house. I don't care how good you trust them or whatever it is. I'm very mindful and careful. I would buy a friend a hotel room before I let them stay at my house." She told us. Am I supposed to let them into my home? Because as believers, we believe that we are supposed to what we have, we are supposed to share with others. But I'm not sharing my man. Since I'm not sharing my man, I have to be cautious with everything else that I share as far as with him being there too.
You want to play the sound clip?
You got it?
Mhm.
I think there's such a thing as boundaries. Some friends don't know the balance and can't understand the balance. Yes, please play the video.
You put it in the you put it in the thing.
Oh, did I?
My mama has already look.
There we go.
Don't have too many people around y'all. Don't get comfortable. I don't care how good you trust or whatever it is. I'm very mindful and very careful. I will buy a friend a hotel room before I let them stay at my house. However, I am a prayerful woman to discern the space that I am in. I'm also very cautious of what purpose am I supposed to serve in this person's life? And so while I'm
That's what she said.
What purpose am I supposed to serve in this person's life?
Yeah, then I guess she was getting off topic. That was the last thing that she said.
So, Angel, I want to hear from you first, as a woman who is married
Mhm.
and his churchy as well.
I am churchy.
How do you feel when your friends want to stay at your house, or your friends, or I guess it would be female friends.
I got male friends too.
Well, I mean, well, you wouldn't care if they were around your husband.
But he might. No, I've had
I see what you're saying.
I've had my best friend stay at the house actually recently for crafts and cocktails. I was about to put her in a hotel because I was trying to,
Save money.
No. I was going to put her in the hotel so that she could have the full experience of being a guest on crafts and cocktails. But she's also the godmother of my children. She was like, I'll never get to see them boys. You better not put me in no hotel. I'm trying to be around them kids. Listen, I don't knock her for her decision on how she wants to operate in her own marriage, especially if both of them feel good about that, then do it. Like, we don't have enough people visiting for what we used to, but most of the people who used to visit us were couples. And actually a guy friend of mine lived at our house for a long time. But for us, it's not ever been a big thing, but I can understand why she would just set that as a y'all not staying at this house.
Mm-hmm.
I can get it. That's not what we do, but I can understand why she would.
I'm gonna tell you about me, Kevin. We actually had an opportunity when I was filming Little Rascals and I was his dadager. This actually came up. Melissa's mom had a family friend who was in need of a house to stay at, came on some rough times. And she had called, she being Melissa's mom or Melissa, I don't remember who called. And they were like, my friend from high school or whatever, middle school, needs a place to stay, was wondering if they could stay at the house. And I was like, a man that I have never met, never even heard his name spoken. So this instance, it wasn't a friend, right? Is on hard times and he's going to stay at the house that I live in while I don't live there. No, that's not going to be the case.
That's not.
I don't let my friends stay with me either.
I was about to say, y'all don't be letting people stay with y'all.
And it's a totally different reason. I don't want people at my house. I want them to come to my house. And I want them to leave my house. I can't think of any friend in my life now that I wouldn't feel comfortable staying with us. Because I think this thing that we're talking about, she is at the house as well.
Yeah.
It seems like. But I can't think of any friend in my life who I'd be like, I don't know if I could trust him around Liz or Liz around him. I don't really have friends in my life who I would have to be like, you know what I mean? I think people respect themselves, Melissa as an individual, and myself as an individual to not, try anything with her. And also, I understand there was a lot of single women who were upset about this. And this is how I understand the world. You see this situation through your lens and your friends and your husband. A single woman, because the backlash that she got, and I understand this as well. I understand how people feel. There was, single women that was like, people always act like single women, friends or otherwise, are trying to take somebody's husband, right? So some of the backlash was, if she don't trust her husband, then she shouldn't have friends like that. If she don't trust her friends, then they shouldn't be friends. In the church, there's a saying. There's a couple of sayings, but one is, don't let your good be evil spoken of.
Come on.
And basically the usual premise is, don't put yourself in a position where sin can be present.
Exactly.
Whether you trust people or not, don't give this is some of the advice I used to give when I was a youth pastor. If you're trying not to have sex, you're trying to be abstinent, you're just trying not to have sex, whatever, or drink or do drugs or whatever, you will have an easier go of it if you don't put yourself in situations where that's going to be hard.
Yeah.
So if you are dating, I'm talking about the teens who are like, I'm not really trying to have sex right now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, now, if you go over, to that girl's house or to that guy's house at midnight or past midnight and it's dark and it's cold, you're going to have a lot harder of a time than you're going to have if y'all were playing putt-putt golf at 3:00 in the afternoon. And that's kind of what me and Melissa, that's how we tried to remain saved. after a certain amount of time, you got to be going your separate ways.
Yeah.
Because your peen gonna be like, I do not serve the Lord. I serve
I
my
do what
own.
I want to do.
I serve my own self-interest. I'm a biological organ. I smell a little bit of perfume. I feel like it's. I want to go inside that little line. There's something
There.
in that little
Let
line.
me go. And I think that's why
I want to be in it.
that while she might have been able to word it differently for people not to, because it did seem like it was putting the blame only on, or the possibility of things happening only on the other woman in the situation. I don't think people in one context, I'm like, folk be cheating. Regardless, people who are actually honest human beings be messing up, making
Yeah.
mistakes. And I think sometimes people think it's only the I've been waiting to get into somebody else's pussy
Right.
type of dude, right? It's not always, or the girl that's just like, I want to marry men.
What was that?
I've been want to marry men. That's what I want. That is not what always creates affairs. It could
Yeah.
be two people with good intentions in the wrong situation.
Listen, Angel and I are great friends who are both married to separate people. We were on tour together for 8 months. I never, ever
Ever.
knocked on Angel's door to her room. Angel never, ever knocked on my door to my room, nor Josh, nobody else. Victory was helping us with merch. When she would exchange merch or would need what you call it, like the iPad or whatever,
Mhm.
meet me in the lobby. I'll see you in the lobby.
Mhm.
I don't distrust Angel. I don't distrust myself. I don't want even the appearance
Appearance.
of any sort of wrongdoing.
Right.
Most of the time when I ate with Angel, it was me, Angel, and Josh, or
Yep.
me, Angel, Josh, and Tahir,
Yeah.
or me, Greg, and Angel, or me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you don't even want the appearance. And I think that's a fantastic point. Remember in Soul Food, right? You think it's somebody outside, but Faith, it was Faith.
It was Faith.
Faith was the one who smashed Terry's husband. It wasn't the handyman down the street. It was the family.
Listen, and I know people who have had affairs. And it's always been with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't never been with somebody they just met randomly at a bus stop
Right.
or at a coffee shop. It's been with the friend. And the friendship started off innocently, respectably,
Yeah.
and somewhere at some point in time,
We're like, I could take you down.
things changed.
Or what happened? Or you have a drink or two,
Mhm.
right? And then you like, when you have a drink or two, you like, man, I don't normally feel like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or your inner desires be like, that is a woman. Your penis be like, marriage.
It is. I was
mar-
waiting for you to see that.
Your meat be like, marriage.
It's like, let's talk to her. Let's talk to her right
Your
now.
penis have a lisp.
No, because it starts to get moist down there. Let's talk to her. This would be a great time to say something to her. And she's like, I've been waiting for you to. Both of them over there, stupid, drooling. And then y'all looking at each other like, how did this happen? This wasn't something I was trying to do. So while I don't think her wording was the same type of wording I would have used, I do understand hoping that these boundaries that you all have set in your marriage keeps from even the situation, because if you make those easy situations go away, then that if it does happen, that person had to go out of their way to cheat. That person had to. But when you remove the easy from it,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, okay, now nigga, if you're gonna cheat now, that means you had the intention, you set out to do it.
Right.
Because we have removed all the other situations of we're not putting you in situations where you're constantly with one other woman or somebody that you feel comfortable with. And I know in an article, I think it was him, he was like, he likes these boundaries because not just for the, I ain't trying to be out here cheating, but also he said it keeps people from getting too comfortable in their house. He was like, I don't want people feeling like they can just walk into our master bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't want people feeling like they can just walk into so the fact that we've made our house not a place where you think you can even reside, even for a short period of time, you should know that you only in this living room, you only in the kitchen, you're only using the guest bathroom. So I get it. That's not how me and Marcus operate. Those are not boundaries that me nor him felt like we needed to set. But we do have certain boundaries that make us both feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want it to be us sitting up in marriage counseling upset at each other because we didn't set a clear boundary, because we didn't want people to think of us as insecure.
Yes.
I don't want to have to get a Talkspace membership for that. I want to get a Talkspace membership because I want to keep my mental health on the up and up. And that is why we believe that Talkspace, the sponsor of today's podcast, is something that everyone listening to this should check out.
You're right about it.
In times like these, having someone you trust and love to talk to is more important than ever. But even the best relationships hit a few bumps in the road.
Yeah, they do.
Somebody. We've all been there, feeling unheard, having the same arguments over and over, just not knowing how to move forward. Talkspace gives you the unlimited access to a licensed therapist, so you can clear up the confusion and focus on what matters, being the best person or partner you can be. Excuse me. Really though, me and Marcus argue all the time. That's a part of our love language. However, whenever what I love about therapy is that I want to make sure that when we are having arguments, that I'm actually listening. It's not about me trying to prove myself right. It's about me making sure my partner feels heard. And then also making sure he hears me, because at the end of the day, we might have different point of views on things, but we want to always be able to respect each other. And sometimes having that third person, unbiased professional, to be able to help us hear each other, to be able to help us slow down and actually get to a place where, we're good. Our communication is healthy is so important. My mental health is important. My marriage is important. And these are things that I don't want to leave up to chance of staying in a good place. I want to be able to have that professional to be able to help us stay on the path that we have been enjoying for the past 15 years of marriage, and me for the past almost 42 years of life. Whether you have been married for years or re-entering the dating space, or you're just trying to get comfortable with being single, talking to a therapist can help. Your dedicated Talkspace therapist can help you get to the root of your problems so you can work through them instead of ignoring them. Plus, Talkspace encryption and added security features keep your conversation fully protected. Join Talkspace today and start the journey to a happier, healthier relationship. Just visit Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month when you use promo code CREW with a K.
Crew with a K.
And sign up. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com. Promo code CREW with a K.
Crew with a K.
We just got our delivery of HelloFresh yesterday.
Hey.
And I am so excited. Let me tell y'all, I thought I would have a little more time off at the top of the year to just really settle into
You
life.
as bad as I am. You try to get on me, and you as bad as I am.
Not you as bad.
You
Not
went
me.
right to Crabs and Cocktails, and you came home to hungry children. That's why they had their own collard greens at home, because they said, "Did HelloFresh come? Well, I got my own
That's how I
greens."
know they were hungry, because HelloFresh was delivered to the door because Mama was not going to the grocery store. You understand me? I feel like I hit 2022 running, sprinting. There has been no time. I can't remember the last time I've been in the grocery store, and I'm not mad at it because HelloFresh makes it so easy. They put all the ingredients that I need in our meals in the bag inside of the box. We have these adorable recipe cards that you can keep if you want to make the meal again. The kids are able to help, and it's so customizable. You know what I'm saying? HelloFresh offerings, you can swap out different proteins. Like, so if they have like this dope, like pork meatball type of situation, we don't eat pork. Guess what we can do? Put that ground turkey up in that thing, and it's still gonna be good. Or you can get another side. You can upgrade for more luxe experiences, and even add a protein to a veggie meal. We get the pescatarian meal plan, which is great because then I don't have to worry about whether or not the meal that I got is going to be something that we can actually eat. And the kids actually love it. That's the part that I thought would be difficult, is like, okay, now I'm gonna make this, and I know me and Marcus are gonna love it, but are the kids gonna love it? They love it every single time.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And what's also cute that I let them do, they look at the when we get the little recipe cards, I put all the recipe cards out and I let them choose what I'm cooking that night. So they'd be like, oh, we want to do the baguette sandwich or something like that, or the little hoagie sandwich. And they're so excited to eat it once they get it. So I love it. You should try it. I've been getting more and more people hooked on it. I done got my girlfriend Denora. She's just in love with it now too. HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal of the same quality, and you can save on average over $65 a month. I can tell you right now, I'm saving way more than that. $65 a month ain't nothing. I'm saving probably $300-$400 because $300-$400 because with that daggone
and the time, money you have, Angel. Time. They don't make no more time. They make more money. They print money when you need it.
But they do not be
They be
printing
like,
out
how
no
you get
time.
more time? All the money in the world can't make no more time, Angel. Oh yeah, I know it to be
It's
true.
invaluable, okay? So much value. So Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, okay? And so that is a wider array of meal plans to choose from. There's something for everyone, and you can switch back and forth between brands. And now our listeners can enjoy both brands at the discount on us. Go to HelloFresh.com/TBT. Go to HelloFresh.com/ what would this be? I don't know what it will be.
Let's just do crew with a K.
Go to HelloFresh.com/crew with the K16.
Crew with a K16.
And use code. That don't
It's
sound
usually
right.
SK. I think it's SK.
Thank you, Josh. Okay, here we go.
We'll double check though.
I'm almost certain you're right. Go to HelloFresh.com/SK16
SK16.
and use code SK16
SK16
for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/SK16
SK16.
and use code SK16
SK16
for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. America's #1 meal kit.
Now, give me 1 second. The opposite side of that argument, Candace Bimbo had written about it. Trying to see if I could find it. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing. Essentially, she was like, why has always got to be the single women that got to be the villain? Why we can't? Why, like, people assume that if a single woman comes over, she's gonna come in Savage Fenty lingerie.
Yeah.
And she was like, in most cases, women, especially your friends, are going to come over and respect your husband in your house. They don't want your husband. They don't want your household. You should basically, if you can't trust your friend, if you can't trust your husband, then you don't blame women.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Right. And we always become the victims. And I've known some people who, basically feel the same way. And that's why I was saying at the very beginning, people view situations and these things through the lens of which they are.
Yeah.
Right. And that could change. Right. Say you're a single woman and you don't have no ill will.
Mhm.
Right. That's going to be a perspective that you have. Right. Say you're a single woman who then gets married. You might have a different perspective.
Absolutely.
Say you're a single woman who's been cheated on by somebody who stayed with you, then you're going to have a different perspective. Jasmine Sullivan's hotel, she has one of the tales, the girl was like, she was in a relationship and she had always been the one cheated on. Mm-hmm. And she cheated on her, I think either her girlfriend or her fiance. Mm-hmm. And the girl was like, we're done. And the girl was like, I almost had a nervous breakdown because I had always been the one cheating on someone. And now I've been the cause of that pain. Uh-huh. And I think your perspective changes based on where you are in life and whether you're healed, unhealed, in therapy or not. The way I used to see commenters and all this stuff a year or two ago, very different than the way I see them now. Before I was massively concerned with the way people saw me. Was I making everybody happy? And that led to getting dragged anyway. Mm-hmm. Now, this is my theme song.
Is that
Oh. Actually, you know what? We're going to take a minute. We're not going to be able to be monetized anyway because of Joe Rogan. So we're going to hear the whole song. Because if you didn't go to YouTube, you didn't hear the very end where the call and response comes in.
Okay, come on, play.
Oh, somebody said Kiara should have been cheated on before.
I believe it.
That's the thing, man. A lot of this be based off their personal experience.
Yeah. Unfollow me. Come on, Cardi.
Come on, Kevin.
I ain't do nothing but follow Bacardi Cortez.
Listen, I can't follow folks.
She said, hell yeah. Then.
Yes.
Come on, choir. Unfollow. 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 Oh. Listen, so if Kiara's been cheated on before, that's the way she's going to see the world.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a single woman, you could also be like, ugh, right? All the world can have multiple truths.
Again, I wouldn't have worded it the way Kiara did because it does make single women look like they are the villain.
Yeah.
But the sentiment of I'm just trying to set boundaries so that I hopefully won't get cheated on by whoever is whether my husband is the aggressor or whether someone else is. And I know people are like, oh, that's trust issues. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. This is the thing. I back to like the tour in other situations for myself. I honestly think I am an extremely morally, like I hold myself to a high moral standard when it comes to honesty, when it comes with how I treat people, all of that. I still don't want to put myself in a situation where I find out I am not that good of a person.
Hit my hand. That is real.
I trust myself, but again, I don't.
I don't trust me, Kevin.
Right.
That's the real.
I'm like, I think all these things, and I'm sure a lot of people have thought these things about themselves. I don't ever want to be in a situation where I find out something about myself that I did not know existed.
Hey, I am awful. I just did something I didn't know I was capable of. That's honestly really great and really true. I think I'm a good guy.
Absolutely.
I don't know who I am with 4 gin and tonics and a little bit of insecurity. Right? That's why we talked about this before, and Josh can attest. Don't nobody, and I'm going to even get better about this. I was with Josh when I was like, how do you do the hotel where the person don't know who's coming in to stay?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
No fans. I don't do that. Even if I am hungry and there's a great restaurant next to the club, I don't even want to be, I don't want nobody to come. Remember, we had a show. There were some fans who were like, can we buy you a drink at the bar? And I was like, I'm sick. I go upstairs now. I don't want to even be in that position because I don't know. Right? I think. Right? But inhibitions be gone. I done work too hard. I done therapize too much. I don't want to lose all I have off of one moment at my worst.
Right.
Especially if it's a surprise that I could be this awfknow, right? Because that's the thing about...
I don't want to be like, surprise, bitch, I've been in you all this time. I didn't know. Oh, I was just in here quiet. I was waiting. I ain't saying nothing.
The right opportunity. 3 Cosmos, a shot,
right,
and and being in the right opportunity.
Yes,
and me and my husband are just at odds. It was the perfect storm.
I have been waiting like one of these Funko Pops, just sitting here quiet. And the opportunity arose for me to be the lead singer in your life. I don't want it. I don't want that because, I mean, not only would I not want to do that to my husband, I know I could not deal with that type of guilt. just
Mhm.
go ahead. You talking about
Go ahead.
alopecia flaring up? I'd have one baby hair.
You have that little banglet thing that Louisa had,
Yes.
but nothing in the back.
Nothing. You'll be like, what happened? Did she cheat it? She can't take it. I don't even. I don't want that feeling. I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah.
So I would rather be in a situation where if they say it's like I said, if it's trust issues, yep, I don't trust nobody.
Right.
I don't trust me. I don't trust you. I don't trust him. I don't. So yes, there's trust issues.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And listen, another thing you said, it was kind of throwaway line, but it's so true. Part of this, and this is a piece of social media. I think I said this before. I don't think we were ever meant to know this much about people. I think part of it is like, and that's kind of why slowly I've shared less and less, because I think it's okay if you wouldn't do what I would do, right? Or you disagree with what I disagree with. It's a lot easier if you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? There's some stuff, especially in the last year, that we just left out of the love hour because I don't want to have to explain to you my reasoning.
Right.
Some of the stuff, especially when you're a church kid like me and Melissa, who were brought up in like a very legalistic church, because this wasn't the case for everybody, but I was brought up in some legalistic, borderline Pharisee, Sadducee type church.
Right.
And growing, even before coming to LA, growing up and having my own, having your own thoughts. Like, and that, here's the crazy thing about the church. It echoed the way we were raised as children. I told my son yesterday, I said, hey, usually we leave at 7:30. And I was like, I woke him up 15 minutes early. I was like, hey, we got to leave at 7:15. And he was like, why? And I was like, because I got to shoot. So in order to make the call time or close to the call time, I got to drop you off early. Otherwise, I'm going to be even more late. And he was like, okay. And he got in the shower. And as I was walking away, I realized I was never allowed to even ask why.
Right. What?
I was never even allowed to ask why, right? Even for stuff that was just minimal as that. We really weren't allowed to question anything. And that, for me, it carried over into the church. What happened was, as I grew older, I start realizing in some ways, y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all don't even understand the Bible in the way y'all have just stopped learning. Y'all didn't go to seminary, and you are influencing the Bible with your own viewpoint.
Absolutely.
And since I can't question you, I go to my own church or I'm going to move to LA. And that's why me and Melissa always say it wasn't until we moved to LA that we really kind of grew up, because that you can't ask why went from our parents to our pastor. And guess what else? In your job, it's hard to ask why, because people in authority were to be respected without question, regardless of what they did.
Come on.
Without question. So how am I going to ask for a raise?
This is the reason why I'm trying to put my kids in these bougie white private schools, because these white kids will ask why and then challenge you as an adult, where you like, well, of course I'm smarter than you. And they're like, no,
yes.
Not really. And not that I want my kids to get their teeth knocked out, but I do want them to, when they become adults, to feel real comfortable when they're in the room, not just with their peers that they work with, but with their bosses, to be like, no, but why?
Yeah.
Because yes, we as Black folk, I mean, it was also a defense mechanism.
Absolutely.
It is.
And I'm not even blaming. I'm just saying this is the result of how we were raised. You know what I'm saying? I get why we were raised like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Parents didn't have a lot of time to go back and forth. When you raise poor, you are short on time.
Yes.
I don't have time to go back and forth with you.
Right.
Parenthood with why just takes 2 more minutes.
Come on.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
And when you're poor, like we were, I don't got 2 more.
Right.
I'm on my way to work. Y'all hurry up. Don't burn this house down. Don't open the door. Don't do nothing. Don't do, because anything y'all do, y'all open yourself up to something and I can't protect you. Ain't no cell phone. You can't call me at my job.
That's what.
So how about this? Don't do nothing.
Don't do not a thing.
Don't even open the blinds. Don't answer the phone.
Sit on your hands.
Don't do, because I can't be. Now we got Ring, what you call it? When the phone can tell you where your kids is at.
When you track them,
find your
share your location.
Share your location.
Oh my God.
I don't. We look
You
like
saw 80-year-old
how you do the iPhone?
Find your people.
Where my glasses at? I need to know where Isaiah and Josiah done set up off the. You know what? Here we go.
Where are you, little Marcus?
Hey, Where is them little Apple tags? The Apple tags in your backpack says you're at the school. Your phone says you left it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, head on. You ain't got the Wi-Fi. I think about this all the time. As children, we was like the only edict we had, be home by this time.
Yes, we were running rampant
Go-
in the streets.
I was me and Melissa was talking about these the other day. I said, my mom has no idea how far you can go if your only thing is you got to
got
be
a
back home. Dog, I was gone to the ends of the earth. We lived in Texas. I went to Mississippi on a Tuesday. I caught a train to Mississippi, did a business deal for some moonshine. I was back. If I flew to another city, as long as I was, they had no idea where we were in the world.
That's what
they don't want
LAUSD
us
did
home.
yesterday. They had my kids out here with me not knowing. I was like, it is not 1985. Where are my babies?
I think about that all the time. Like, this is not even, my kids are both smarter and less smart.
Oh,
Their sense of direction. I was just thinking, I don't think my son could find his way home by sense of direction, but he could plug it into the GPS and find his way home.
I don't think my kids know where they live. If they see the house in front of them. But if somebody was like, do you live in LA proper? Do you live in the valley? Do you live here or there? They'd be like, we live at home. There is a black dog there named Lottie Dottie. Okay.
That's a black dog there?
Yeah.
How do you know it's your house? The dog comes over to this side.
The side, and you see it. She'll be like, hey. So if we could just go to all the houses with a black dog.
We will find it.
They don't know where there's the savviness that they are that we had because of the lack of supervision, and we had to be able to fend for themselves. We have afforded ourselves the opportunities to be more actively involved in our children's lives, so that a lot of they're able not to have to behave like adults as soon as we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So little Marcus is big Marcus be getting so frustrated with him. Why don't he know how to do this? Because he don't.
He also don't have the reason to.
Yeah, he don't. And I'm okay with that, because once he has to, there's no turning back.
Listen, we set up Postmates for our kids to be able to order when we were busy or whatever. Boy, you set them free. They don't even talk to us. You ring the doorbell, and now that Postmates drops the food off and just leaves, and there's no fear, and we have the security system, like they know to watch until the person drives away on the app. Like, remember we couldn't even, if you check the peephole, they knew you're home.
They absolutely knew.
The kids, the gate code, once they come in, the boys can look on the security system, watch them go back to their car and drive away, and they know not to get the food before then. You know what we knew? Here's the packet of noodles. Here's the pot.
Come on.
Heat it up. Wash it. It's the same thing.
Right.
There ain't no Postmates for us, but there's hot dogs in the house. Remember, at first it was use the microwave only.
Yeah.
And then now you can use the stove. And then it was happy graduation. I need you to go.
I need you to
go ahead and
get on out of here. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely a different
my kids were ordering Uber Eats to the school.
Yeah. Now I still don't have, my kids don't have, well, of course the twins they don't have a phone. Little Marcus.
Well, they got the collard greens.
they got their garden. They could just stir fry something up at school. Little Marcus has a cell phone, but I have not given him the capabilities of ordering Uber Eats. I send it for him because I don't trust that he will order properly.
Yeah. Because
no telling, he'll be like, I thought I only ordered 1 turkey burger, 10 came. Can I just give it to my friends? But yes, the fact that yesterday, oh my God, I rolled my eyes at him. So we were shooting yesterday. Yesterday was such a debacle for me as a parent. Shooting yesterday, I was like, who gonna get my kids? Kevin was like, use our driver, use Vinny Angel, use him. So I texted him and I was like, yo, do you have a driver available that can pick up my 3 oldest kids? And he was like, absolutely. So little Marcus gets picked up after school in a black whatever Escalade or one of them black SUVs. I go to get him because I get out early and things are running behind. He gets out of the back of this chauffeured vehicle as if it's normal.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh, they're used
pissed
to it.
me
Oh,
off.
That's
I-
their childhood, Angel.
Isaiah
I opened the door. He got out, grabbed his bag, and was like, "Hey, mom, no, no, this feels common. I don't like it."
But this life, he ain't raised in Lexington, Kentucky.
He was like, "It's not. No, it did feel like different." I said, "No, you're lying."
Listen, I thought Isaiah didn't because I have them pick up Isaiah all the time. Because me and Melissa are shooting. I was like, we don't have no family in the area that can pick them up. They are working or have their own kids to pick up at school. All of my friends' kids get out within 15 minutes of each other from 17 different schools. Your kids is in 3 separate places.
Mhm,
My kids are in 2 separate places. Male got a kid, it's all over the place.
mhm.
So I used to think, I was like, man, maybe Isaiah's sad that we're not picking him up. And he was like, no, I love when they pick me up. He's like, the SUV's waiting outside. I flex.
I can't believe it, but at least he's admitting it.
Oh, Isaiah's like, oh, hello. Yes, I'll be riding here as well. Thank you so much. He loves it. And I was thinking about this. It's either that or a nanny. Somebody would have to help us with these kids because me and Melissa are shooting.
You know we can pick up Isaiah
No, I didn't know that.
because we have to, or at least on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, because we have to come near here to get the twins. So just FYI. I mean, I know you like to spend the money because
I don't like to spend the money.
Yes, you do.
Man.
And I'm sure Isaiah will be like, "Dad, don't do it. The twins were just talking. I need my alone time." But we can pick him up.
My
just
time
FYI.
to decompress. So I'm away.
Yes. Here's the other thing I wanted to talk about. This isn't even the first time this went viral, but this went viral again.
I gotta pee. I can't make it. Go ahead.
Okay, you go ahead and set up,
And
and
then
I'll
come
When you come back, do the ad. Yeah.
So I don't know where this was, but this is probably the 10th time I've seen this. There was a sip and paint.
Oh no, Kevin.
There
I don't want to talk about
is a
this.
sip and paint
Ah.
where it looks like the majority of the attendants are black women. I can't tell because the video is like red. But what is happening? First of all, this lady doesn't have a paintbrush in
Not
her
a long
hand.
video.
It's not a long
It's
video.
looped a few times, but it's not a long video.
Doesn't have a paintbrush in her hand.
Oh no, her hands are occupied, and she's speaking in tongues. Kevin,
Here's the thing that I don't understand. So if you guys don't have it or haven't seen
don't
it,
look it up.
don't look it up. She is in the middle of some very serious fellatio. Fellatio is for the men.
Say oral sex.
Oral sex.
Mm.
She is doing a sexual act in the middle of the public, in the middle of the sip and paint.
She has an audience.
She has at least 20 other women who actually some are painting, some are looking over. And it caused quite the uproar. I've been to some sip and paints. Mine, the teacher comes in. There's a picture of like a mountain, trees, and water. You have some wine, and me and Melissa drank the wine and painted the picture.
That's like you're supposed to.
We made our little M-birds, our little brooks, our little lakes. We said, hey, oh my, look how your mountain was messed up. Had our dinner, went home. In the other sip and paints, full-on sex is happening. This man is naked.
Is this a thing
This is like the 6th time this has happened.
with the same person?
No. I mean, just happened. There was a whole episode on Southside about women going to sip and paints where the man is a muscular man is the subject.
Lord Jesus.
And women are there to have a good time. They are painting,
Wait, is his thing in her mouth?
he is
It is vulgar.
he is
Angel.
sexing her
There is
mouth.
audio.
He is having-
I am at the same as this meme.
There's paint everywhere. You're
It's
worried about lead poisoning.
Mike said it's called sip and peeing.
I don't care what you call
But
it.
they're still
My
just-
girl is never going. I tweeted this yesterday, the morning when I saw this video. Actually, Cleo was tweeting about it. I was like, what are you talking about? I saw it. I was like, Lord Jesus. I had tweeted, my girl will never be unattended at a sip and paint for a girl's night. I don't care what it is.
I've done
It is
several.
insecurities. Y'all can call
Did
what you
y'all
want in the
just
chat.
paint? Have you been to one?
No, and I don't plan on ever going to one now.
Josh
We can do
said
this
it.
at
You
the
can call
crib.
it insecurities or whatever you want.
But why is
Yeah.
this woman not even getting the woman beside her not getting out of her seat?
They're
She's just
cheering
like-
her on.
She's just like, okay, girl. Like COVID. There's so many
Also,
things
like COVID and STIs.
in your mouth.
You couldn't have met that man.
Why?
I
Why?
don't know. I don't.
And what does he have on? Are those?
Yes, the dress socks.
Why is he butthole naked?
He's Ving Rhames in Baby Boy. When
It's
he
gotta be in
was
the
asking
South.
Baby
Because
Boy.
they're not worried about COVID at all in there.
But he is butthole out. Like you don't have to be that naked for hit. There's so many levels that were skipped.
My question,
He
yes,
is
Angel,
butthole out.
exactly. What steps got to that point?
Right. Was he the instructor?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know nothing more than what's in the video.
Or did he just walk in naked? Your mouth.
That is not out here in LA. I rebuke that.
There was I don't understand. Because if a naked person, like you gotta warn me if there's gonna be naked people around. I don't want to be surprised.
How
with
can you
anybody's
explain to Marcus, even if you're not the woman, obviously, if I'm going to the Sip and Paint with with a couple friends of mine, and you come home, you know what crazy thing happened at this Sip and Paint?
He gonna know in the moment. Marcus, there's a nigga in here with his dick out. He's hunting for a mouth. He ain't getting mine.
He's hunting for a mouth.
Like that is not. I don't understand.
He had to be the
Ross is
motto.
rolling in his grave. I
Bob
know it.
Ross.
He's rolling in his grave.
You gonna give me back my money if I paid for Sip and Paint and this happened? Give me back my money.
I think you would have to know that you're going to an illicit Sip and Paint.
But why even Sip and Paint? If this is also what doesn't make any sense. If this is what I want to see, like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm like, oh yeah, I want to see a chick just getting her face beat in like a baton, just whopping her. If that's what I'm saying, oh, I love that as entertainment. I don't need the paintings. I don't need maybe the alcohol. Why give me a canvas? What to buy time? Just let's just pull out the dick then. Like what about like it doesn't the activities don't match up. Okay, we're gonna be double dutching and then he'll doggy style, double dutch and doggy style. I don't need the double dutch, then just give me the doggy style. What's the point of that being the rev up?
Somebody said Tip and Paint sponsored by Tip Hub. I mean Sip and Paint.
Yeah, tip up.
That's for it's the
It is tip and paint.
Sip
this is
and
the
Head.
GoFundMe campaign.
Only paints.
I don't understand.
Oh, it's
Some-
called Nude Sip and Paint. This person in
Mm-mm.
Patreon says
I
it
don't
was
care
a
what
private
it's
party.
called.
Everyone there was her friend.
No, they're not. They're not our friends.
Those are not friends.
Paint and suck. So nude sip and paint is a thing. That can't be that can't be registered with the city.
No.
I,
So is he
not.
tipped more because of this? Did he do a better job? How do you
Oh, he
how
got
do
a
you
tip.
be this is my honest question. How do you go from posing, right? Nude, whatever, to I want you to lick this.
I don't know. She might have been like, could you please come put your dick in my mouth? Because the fact of the matter is, she's like this. She didn't even get into a comfortable position. She is like this at that thing.
Lord Jesus.
And what made you say, I'm going to show my skills in front of all of my friends today?
Man, that's got to be a couple Casamigos she took back. If you did that in a sober mind, she's
out here.
Maybe she's just out
I
here.
think so because it doesn't seem like anybody there is like, Tamika, get off his dick. Tamika,
That's what I'm saying.
don't
It's-
do it.
You can't blame the Casamigos just for that.
Tamika,
She's doing it again.
Tamika,
Tamika.
get off of there. Tamika. They were more like Tamika about to do it again, y'all. She about to do it. She always does it after she paints the sunrise. You know this is her time. I out of all the activities I want to do with my friends, That is not on the list.
You don't want to do that for your 42nd?
I absolutely not. I don't mind doing karaoke with my friends. I don't mind a traditional sip and paint. I don't mind doing morning rides on Peloton with my friends.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a ride you could do.
That is a
You was on
ride.
Peloton
We
yesterday.
could
I
all do
surely
that.
was. I'm gonna be on there today, clothed. Amen.
Amen.
Let me tell you, Peloton, is pushing you further with so much new on the Peloton Bike and Peloton Bike Plus. I have the Peloton Bike Plus. You can find me.
Come on,
Angel
adjustable
Tankley.
screen. I
Yes,
see it.
big old adjustable screen. It's real big. All
You
right.
got friends on there?
I don't know how to do it, but I people can friend me. Come on over. New classes, new music, new ways to keep your workouts fun and motivating. So I did a video this Sunday. I took a class from Miss Tunde.
Oh my God.
Oh, Tunde, Team Tunde.
Prophetess.
Hashtag Team Tunde. in the
Tunde
chat.
had my hamstrings on fire this weekend.
She be having my brain, my body, and my spirit on fire. And she be having the nerve to still be wanting to talk to you when you should be. And it doesn't matter. Like, she's going to motivate you.
I don't understand how she can talk.
She's just really like, you thinking about quitting? You with the letter A?
When
Yes.
Don't you quit.
When they make those classes, they do like 3 in a row.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, they'll do a cool down, or they'll do like a warm up ride. They'll do like a 30-minute and then a 20-minute hit, and then like a cool down stretch.
I'd be
no.
struggling
I'd be
to get to
dead.
the
And
one.
she be motivated. It doesn't
She
matter.
does.
It doesn't matter. Oh, you probably think you're going to throw up. No, that's just greatness getting ready to spew
That's-
out of you.
She
You're
said,
like,
go
it
up to
is.
65. And I was like, I'm going to do 50. She was like, don't do 52, Kevin Fredericks. And I was like,
How you know this is me today?
me,
This is
Kevin?
pre-recorded. I knew you were going to come here. I knew you were going to do that to yourself. They have a lot of great instructors. As you can tell, Tunde is one of our favorites, but there's other people. I'll be taking Alex's class. I'll be taking, I think his name is Corey. I don't remember, but he'd be fun. And what I also like about the classes is that a lot of my motivation for working out is the music.
Man.
And the fact that you can preview what the music will be for the class. And if you don't really want to listen to their music, you play your own music. But everyone that they have teaching is really motivating. They even have like mat classes you can take, especially if you have the Peloton Bike Plus, and you can pivot that good old screen and do some floor workout. There's just so many things you can do as a way to like maintain whatever health goals you have, whatever fitness goals you have. Peloton is the bike for you. Discover a fast, furious, and fun workout with Peloton instructors in your corner. Even if you've never boxed before, these classes will have you working up a sweat. Excuse me, I guess that's supposed to be biked. While working on fundamentals, form, footwork, and fun combos that'll keep you on your toes. Okay, no, they meant box. Work to music from pop, rock, hip hop, EDM. There are over 100 artist series to choose from. Find your favorite music. Turn your next workout into a concert. Peloton has a workout for every day and every schedule. De-stress from a long day with a 30-minute of strength and 20 minutes of cardio, or do a quick 15-minute total body class before work. Visit onepeloton.com to learn more. That's ONEPELOTON.com.
So the Patreon is saying that the guy, after the party, he strips. King Stennis?
So that's how he ended up naked.
King Stennis. Apparently, so he ends up naked. He strips, and
And he puts his tip in people's mouth.
yeah, he strips and he tips.
There's so much. What if this woman is like a receptionist at a kindergarten?
Tamika, that was you. Luckily, her back is turned.
Luckily, but eventually, unfortunately, her identity will be known.
Oh my God.
Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, you already know that was Tamika." And listen, no shame if this is what she felt comfortable
No
doing.
kink shaming. Maybe her kink is stranger peeing in public
pee
places
in
with friends,
right?
in red lights with sipping paint.
With sipping paint, it might be. I just, as for me, I don't want activities mixed like that, because then it ruins sipping paint forever. You're gonna have PTSD. Heavy on the D.
Ah!
Like you, I would be like, I'm afraid.
Post-traumatic sex disorder. All
Somebody
right.
said shame, bitch, shame.
All right, let's switch gears. This also happened last week. Tandy Newton, who is I want to say British actress.
Is it Tandy or Sandy?
I've always said Tandy. I'm pretty sure it's Tandy.
Oh, I thought so the TH is just with the just the
Mhm.
tuh sound. Huh.
She is British.
Yeah,
Oh, she's
British.
49. She apologized to darker skinned actresses for not representing them.
This video is great.
Listen to this.
Desperately to apologize every day to darker skinned actresses, to say, I'm sorry that I'm the one chosen. My mama looks like you.
She was like this.
Uh-huh.
She's Zimbabwean.
My mum looks like you. And
She's doing this.
it's been very painful to have women that look like my mum.
My mom.
Feel like I'm not representing them. That I'm taking from them. Taking their men. Taking their work. Taking their truth.
She's a good
It
time.
was funny, Angel.
She's a good time.
I didn't mean to, you know.
So, Angel, as a darker skinned woman who of course Tandy Newton has taken your role.
She's
Luckily, she
taken
lets
my-
you keep your men.
Nah.
You're lucky Marcus is still there.
This is why she said she didn't mean to though, but that's the reason why Kiera Sheard has to can't let people stay at her house. She's like, because I know you don't mean to, but you do. Oh, Tandy's white side came out on that video. I don't understand how she's going to make herself seem the victim of her own colorism. Like, yo, if you feel that sad, don't come on no video crying about it. How about create opportunities for the dark-skinned women that you feel as though are being passed over? Because you ain't broke, Tandy. You not broke. But it was like I was trying to follow her until she said, taking your men. The what? What? Take it. What men are you taking? What men are you taking? Let's start there. And is you black or ain't you? Because then they would be our men.
Right. No, I think somebody in Patreon, I don't know if this is true, said she's married to a white Hite gentleman.
But the fact, I guess she's saying that, you know, by dating a black man, if she were to, she'd be taking. But I'm like, do you not consider yourself just a black woman who is lighter?
No, man.
Or are
she's
you-
the chosen one. She's Neo.
She's
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm chosen.
I am so sorry that the burden of being light skinned was put on my shoulder. I mean, I was so like, okay, girl, shut. And the fact that she was like, and let me post this so that the darkies can see
Listen,
the softness in my heart.
Lisa B, who be on our improv show all the time, who was just on our scripted show that we worked on first episode, she made this in response.
I just want to apologize to all of the women who are darkies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Ah.
I'm sorry. When my mom's a darkie. My mom's a darkie, and every time I think about my mom being a darkie, I cry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that nobody wants to fuck you or that nobody wants to cast you. I don't know if you've ever seen The Matrix, but it's not easy being the one that is chosen. I'm so sorry for being prettier than you. I'm so sorry. It's not my intention. I am so sorry that nobody wants to hire you. Cast more darkies. What did you say about my mom? She's a darkie, yes.
But that's what it felt like. Somebody said, did she say darkies? No, she said dark complected women, but she really did make it like, yes, I'm not even the darkest of them all, but I would still consider myself on the darker side of the spectrum when it comes to Black women. While yes, there is a plight and there are obstacles that are put in our way that aren't put in others, ma'am, please don't make it seem as if these tears are actually for the struggle we've been through.
She got the money already.
Right. Your tears aren't for that. Your tears are you want us to understand.
Yeah.
Shut it up. I don't need to understand where you're coming from. Neither does any other dark-skinned actress need to understand
Right.
where you're coming from. And that is the problem. It's just like, ma'am, you don't feel that bad. You didn't feel bad. Not now role you took. You
When
just
they
feel
offered
bad.
her Westworld, she like, you know what? Another booking. I can't. What is Angel doing?
Right.
Give it to her.
Give it. Come.
She said THAN. Okay, y'all got the TH? Okay, yeah.
Good,
What day
I'll
we
be there.
start? You got, and I guess like that scene in the breakup when Jason Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
Bateman was telling Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston that he would sell their house. He was like, you know what, guys, this is an instance where I would just as soon waive my commission. And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You don't have to do that. He was like, yeah, company policy says can't do that.
Can't do it. Not gonna do it.
Would love to, you know,
Yeah.
but no can do there, buddy. That's how she was. Like, you know, yes, I could potentially help give you an opportunity.
Mhm.
I'm fairly rich. Maybe I could create an opportunity. I can't do that, buddy. But what I can do, I'm going to cry on video.
I'm
and I'm
gonna
going to give you 3 sad sobs.
Yes.
Then I got to get to sad because you
Right.
know I'm at the top of the call sheet. I got to be there.
Every time that direct deposit hits, it hurts my heart because I know that there is a woman out there with 4A, 4B, maybe 4C hair that could have benefited from this money, but I will use my dollars to wipe these tears. It's frustrating. Like I have seen full-blown white women respond more to understanding their role in a racist society better than what Thandie did. There are white actresses, not very many, but have been like, oh, well, if a Black woman is working, and there's a specific one whose name is evading me right now.
Reese Witherspoon.
Maybe it could be her, who's like, if there's a Black woman working with me that is of my caliber, I'm going to make sure she's getting paid the same
Yeah.
amount as me.
It's not Reese Witherspoon. I know who you're talking about, but
yeah,
I can't think of it.
That's what.
That's how you make it okay.
Not sitting here and crying at me, talking about every time I have won a Golden Globe for some boring white movie, my heart goes out to you who only gets to get an Oscar if you're playing a slave.
Jessica Chastain? That sounds like it rings a bell.
It could be. It could. Ellen. Oh no, Ellen Pompeo. She's definitely.
Pompeo.
Is that how you say it? Pompeo?
Ain't nobody getting what Ellen's getting paid on grades. I know that.
No.
White, Black, or
shot.
indifferent.
No. But I do believe that she has used some of her whiteness to make
for
sure
sure.
people
But
get
did she
pumped
say
up.
something crazy a while ago?
She could have. White people be
Like
saying white
recently,
people.
like
saying.
last 6 months,
I
right?
feel like
We
she
talked
had
about
said Denzel.
Denzel.
She had Denzel was directing her.
Check.
Oh,
She checked
because
Denzel.
because he
That's-
yelled at her. She was
Yeah.
like, "What you not gonna do? Huh? Know that I'm still a white woman standing here, and you're not gonna raise your Black voice at me."
That's her Black voice.
Listen, nah, she was not having it.
But hey, even if she did yell at Denzel, if she was giving out that money, I'm not saying she was allowed to, but someone is probably like, Denzel, you tripping. Anyway,
anyway,
it's-
Ellen,
it's
Miss Pompeo,
who's Jackie?
who is Jackie? But yeah, that Thandie's
Jessica Chastain did do that for Octavia Spencer.
okay, yes, yeah. Come
I
on.
knew it rang a bell.
But that's what I am not. What are you laughing about?
Somebody said she checked Denzel. That's the limit of her allyship.
Oh yeah.
She said, looks like I got the Negro women the money. Now I ain't gonna let the Negro man talk crazy to me.
She's like, now listen,
This is why I draw the line
Now, I
here.
draw it right now. And I was like, well, she can draw it too. She can draw that line.
Also, that's a quick aside I want to make. People are whole like people,
Yeah.
right? 3 good acts doesn't mean you're capable of tripping. And black folks, we
Not
love it. Hey,
capable.
not capable of tripping. We'll be like, all right now, Ellen,
Mhm.
you cool.
Calm down now.
Right. You cool, but don't trip.
Mhm.
And you don't forget, black folks love Denzel Washington.
Come on.
I was seeing a clip today of all the movies he's done from like 82 to now.
He's worked so much.
That man has made some. Did you watch the Shakespeare movie he made? I think it's on Apple. I want to say Macbeth.
He did a Macbeth. Oh, I would
Yeah.
definitely love to see that. He's a great stage. He's a great stage actor.
He is great.
I feel
he's
like
no
he's a
Jeffrey Wright, huh, Angel?
He never. But I think he's a better stage actor than he is even in film. Because I think
Really?
I think he stretches himself more on stage because you can. The medium is bigger than what you would
The
on
Tragedy of
Lens.
Macbeth. It's on Apple Plus. It's him and it's Francis McDormand. If I were traveling right now, I probably would watch this. Nothing about my life says I got to see it today.
Right.
But if I was like, hey, we finna go to New York, I'd be like, oh,
I'm gonna
big
watch it right
download.
now. Yeah, it definitely for black people, it goes Jesus, Martin, Denzel.
So many Denzels alive. Denzel from ADD is named Denzel.
I believe it.
Because of Denzel. I wonder what the boom of Denzel's after every one of his movies came out.
It's probably a lot. I mean, it's a very unique name. That's not like a name that you just hear every day. We only really know about it because of him.
Zendaya probably gonna get some names. People been saying she's been killing Euphoria.
I mean,
I haven't watched this season.
I haven't watched this last episode.
They said this last episode sealed her Emmy. Everybody on Twitter was like, she is
Another one, right?
killing.
She got one.
she's
last
an
season.
Oscar winner. Ain't
For
she?
what?
Yeah, for Euphoria.
No, she can't get an
Oscar.
Oscar for Euphoria. So was it an Emmy? She's the youngest.
I think she did win an Emmy for you.
won an
Maybe
Emmy.
she's the youngest Emmy winner in the category of leading actress. It was something very like,
Was it Malcolm Marie?
Nah.
what did she win?
She
for?
won one last year. I remember that was the big
I remember
photo, right?
Yes, because I was like,
It
who is
was
this
all over
white
Zoom.
lady?
Definitely 2020.
Because I didn't
Who was
realize
this
it was
white
her.
lady?
Yes, because in the cap when I first looked, I was
Hilarious.
like, who's this white woman? And I looked close. I said, oh God, that's Zendaya.
Zendaya last name is Coleman.
She a biracial girl.
I met her with Zay Zay and
Man.
JoJo, and she was
I heard
so
she's a
kind.
joy. I heard she's like
She
a joy to
is.
be around.
The boys were like,
Oh, she got an Emmy, not an Oscar. Excuse me. It was an
Yeah.
Emmy. Sorry.
they don't know. They didn't know her as Zendaya. They knew her as the girl from Just Kicking It or whatever. She was about as tall as I was, though.
She got that house with Tom Holland.
They got the house.
They're shacking up, man.
Did I tell you the story about shacking up for me in college?
What about it?
That I didn't know that it wasn't a medical. A real term.
Oh, that church folk
That
made
was
it
the
up.
church.
My teacher was talking about cohabitation. I was like,
Shacking up.
call a thing. That's that devil is shacking up. I didn't know. I did not know that people did that and didn't feel condemned until college.
Hilarious.
It's crazy how the way you grow up, you think that everybody else thinks that way. I knew people shacking up. I just didn't know they were like not tripping about it.
Right.
Like it was not only were they not tripping, it was very common.
Listen, that is one thing that we listen. We might not a lot of times be able to hand down anything in a will because we don't be having wills, but we know how to hand down some shame. You hear me?
Oh man.
Listen, they're like Granny left it with your name on it. It's just for you, your own shame.
I'm telling you, and the thing that I realized as I grew up, most people who were shacking up weren't, this is what we were taught. Oh, you want to just have sex and just sin. I would say that 98% of my friends who were shacking up were doing it to save money.
Me and Marcus, that was definitely.
They were like, I'm at your house all the time. I cannot be affording no 2 rents.
There was no Los Angeles
Oh,
that me and Marcus were ever going to be able to. He would have been stripping at sipping paints, putting his dick in people's mouths to help pay his
I don't
own
want to do this no more, Angel.
I can't afford to live by myself. And now Tamika's got me back in the back of her throat. She's not even cute to me. I mean, she's good at what she does, but god dang it, I gotta imagine I'm somewhere else.
There's rarely a show where I'm not the wildest person on it. But this show, Angel is wild, man. You just let her have a mic and freedom. I often go back to the day when you were like, now how much of me do you want?
I was like, tell me now.
I was like, go all the way in. You were like, Okay.
Okay.
And now she's a train off the tracks. She's going 100 miles per hour. There's no brake on the
What
train.
track?
Just get out the way. The train is
I
going.
am soaring. You didn't know me well enough. You were just like, yes,
I
Christian
was like, this ain't
girl.
the girl from Atypical be singing. This is the one that twerks all the time.
This is exactly who you got.
But no, really, like, and when you were a kid, you were just sex and sex and sex and sex.
And nothing
people,
travels faster through a church than shame
oh,
and tea.
man.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
my
absolutely.
God.
Oh, especially a small church.
Oh, yeah.
Like in El Paso, this is one of the things of the show we're working on. When you are in a small church, even that in and of itself, like
It's
the
own
power
world.
structure in that world,
Mm-hmm.
right? You be forgetting you have lives.
Yeah.
What the church thinks about you be so.
Important. It's everything.
Listen, there's no way Kev on Stage could be Kev on Stage if I lived in Washington just for the church aspect alone.
Mm-mm.
You miss a Sunday
You get the show
and you're not sick. The shame of attached to me being gone for you miss 8 months of Sunday.
You going to hell.
You better find a way to get into that church and you're on the road. Like, y'all don't understand. We are driving.
No, you come in for service, then go back or cancel your Sunday shows.
Man, and when I worked in the church, I was like, "Ooh, there's way more stuff that the congregation don't know."
When I tell you, this is the reason why I can typically accept people as they are, is because of how much of the back office of the church I got to see.
Oh man, changed my whole perception of the church and people.
Oh yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So everybody is foul.
Listen, I had so much more grace for people in leadership
Yes.
because the stuff that folks put you through, I'd be like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
man.
this is just outrageous. You want this man to come pray for your child at the daycare right now? This man is at work."
Listen.
And everybody wants what they want, regardless of what other people want. And most of the people in churches are working regular jobs, or the church ain't got that much
the
money.
church at halftime ain't paying for nothing but of the snacks
Listen,
for the kids. The pastors are having to pay for a lot of it. You are keeping this up. You know that, right? Now, if you get sick, it's going down. They don't have enough to cover everything that's happening. But that having a backside view of
Yeah.
the church, I was like, oh, okay. So people are people. It
People
doesn't
are
matter
people.
the anointing, the calling, the title. People are people. That's the reason why Jesus had to die. That's the reason he said, God dang it, y'all just gonna be people. It don't matter. It don't matter. Let me go ahead and get up on this cross and die. And so that helps me
Let
have.
me go ahead and get up on this cross.
Yeah.
Jesus, as a black man who talks like that, I want the whole Bible redone with this. Let me go on and get up on this cross and die.
Let me go ahead.
I want a new version of the Bible, old black version.
Oh, black. Let me. Do I got to do his daddy? No, but for real though, you sure ain't no other way. Like, come on, you do all the things.
Jesus smoking a Newport at the Mount Olive. Just
Listen, there's some stuff that Jesus said that already sounded black. When he was at the woman at the well, when they was talking to her, he was like, "And the man you with now ain't your husband."
Mhm.
Ooh, what you talking?
Ooh, the tea.
Oh, I know he wasn't looking at her in the eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the man you with now ain't your husband. And then he drew on the ground. Ain't that so?
Uh-huh. You know him. You his friend. I met him at a sipping paint.
All right, guys, that's all for today. Please pull up to keep your distance this Friday. Get your tickets now, because if you wait till everybody starts talking about it, the day of the show, the prices go up and you're going to have to pay full
Going up.
price. You don't want that. So if you're in the Patreon, you got a stage crew. If you're in the Patreon or stage crew, you got a discount code there. If you're in the email list, you got a discount code there. If you're not in either of those, you can use the discount code KEV to get your discount. Please, man, you will enjoy it very much so. Okay.
bonus
Bye.
Saturday.
Bonus. Did we decide?
It's Saturday morning.
Saturday?
Yes.
At what time?
I don't know. We said morning.
You want to do earlier?
What's earlier?
You want to do this time or later than this? You want to do 8, 9, or 10?
You have the furthest to drive, so I will.
We'll go with whatever you say, Josh.
Do 9.
All right, 9.
You've read my heart. Yes.
9 o'clock
Yes.
Patreon, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific to be Pacific. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pacific to be
Bye-bye.
specific.
Bye.
Bye.